Hello everyone. We're continuing on the joint lock series that we've been doing. We've done a few different ones, but today we're going to go over what we call a spinning wrist throw. It's really the wrist twist family, but it's modified by the hand position. I'll go over that with you. So if you want to do this, or if you want to teach this, one of the biggest things is what I do when I teach this is that you grab the other hand, again, grabbing the meaty part of the hand. That's really important. A common mistake is people grab the forearm, which is pretty solid, right? We want to isolate the joint. So I want to grab with my thumb and the other hand. Again, no holes in the grips. That's a big no-no. So the first drill is I want to grab here and go towards the other hand. So I go like this and I step that way. I grab the other hand and I step towards the other hand. So we establish the habit of going towards the other hand. The other thing is we want to make sure the closest foot to the direction we're going to moves first. So in this foot, I'm going to go to the right, so I'm going to step right foot first. I personally, my way of teaching is I like to teach things in a very exaggerated way and leave it to the student to shrink it and make it theirs, right? So you notice I go a really nice wide front stance from here like this. Eventually this becomes a triangle step, so it could be a little one. But if you teach the little one first, they'll never appreciate the idea of the little one unless they know the exaggerated move, right? So from here like this, we want to go front stance. From here, I'm going to step front stance, kind of bump into the elbow. At the same time, when I feel the resistance from him, I'm going to duck and sit. Notice again, I have the meaty part of the hand almost grabbing the thumb. Thumbs are on top from here, right? If I want to throw him, I will go that way. If I want to break it, I'll bring it down from here. So again, from here, so I'll try this hand this time. So I'm going to grab both hands. First thing is I'm going to go towards the other hand. I'm going to step this way. So I'm going to step left, I'm going to step right. Notice I don't raise the arm over. That's too much of a move, and it's easy for him to defend it. So the idea is I don't raise the arm, I duck under it. So from here like this, I bump it, I sit from here. Then I can twist for him to go down. So that would be offensive spinning wrist throw. So again, a couple of things to remember. I won't mention this again. If I go like this and I want to twist it, and he happens to keep it locked from here like this, I might bump the shoulder, I might break it, then add on the spinning wrist throw. Okay, so there's variations of this we'll cover later on. For right now, we always go towards the other hand. That's the easiest way to remember. So I want you to try it. So you grab both hands, which way you gonna go?
I go this way.
Exactly. So that's why I'm asking the students to use steps, steps again, duck and sit. There you go, go back. Other side, please. So step, step, bump it, good, and sit. There you go. We'll get into the whole idea of bumping into non-conventional strikes when we're doing it, because there's a lot of tricky little moves we can do in between, but for right now, we're gonna stick on really exaggerated, basic move of the spinning wrist throw. All right, welcome back. So we did the offensive version, now we're gonna do it off of lapel, okay? So when your person grabs you from here like this, if you look at the history of Hapkido, the World Hapkido Federation, which is a different branch of Young Sul Choi, this is their logo, right? So they call this the Hapkido finger, by using the index finger stuff, which is valid in a lot of stuff, but I just find it to be one, not necessary. Second, the other person can grab your finger and break it. Okay. So for advantage of practicality, it's not the best thing, but it's good to know. So I think it's a great teaching tool. So when he grabs, I grab from here like this. My left hand is under. I dip. I step right foot and look at the index finger pushes up a little bit, so he goes up, right? But again, remember, this is somebody who knows me and hopefully likes me. He's gonna let me do that. Very different when they don't want to. So this stuff looks great, but again, look at this as these are all teaching methods, right? Okay, so from here like this, then I do the same thing. I bump it with my shoulder, just step in, drop down, and I do the same thing. So I'm gonna have him try it. So when I grab him, he's gonna grab both hands, thumbs on top. Thumbs on top. There you go. Now hold it tight, keep this finger and this finger open. Right? Close everything. Right? So which way are you gonna go? There you go. Once you know that, then you duck and you sit. There you go, good. So remember, generally speaking for holds, there's times we want to do it on the way, while they grab, or after. So if he's grabbing me lapel, I want to step back. So I want to pull him into me. Now when he pulls back to pull his arm back, that's when I go and I throw him. So you got to pay attention to the motion that's coming. Now when he grabs, that's static, right? So from here like this, I need to basically from here distract him. So I could distract him by gunting, which is striking the arms. From here like this, then I can go into it. So if he starts resisting from here like this, a lot of times I might go for the eyes, he'll go back and I'll do it to the other hand. Okay, so keep all that in mind. But for right now, for lapel, grab with both thumbs up and step out. Welcome back, everyone. So we've gone over the defense against a couple body parts. Now we're gonna go inside wrist. Remember the first thing about the wrist? Fingers wide open, because your wrist expands. First question I'm gonna ask myself, which way am I gonna go? Towards the other hand, right, when I'm doing it. So from here, I can re-grab if he lets me. If not, from here, I gotta create that space to put my fingers in there. But the first thing that goes is my fingertips. See, my fingertips goes that way, right? Then on the way, I sit and I can pull and bump it. Okay? The reason why for inside wrist is is if somebody pulls you. So from here like this, so you're gonna have you do it inside wrist. I grab you, so you grab back, grab both hands. Which way you gonna go? That way, step right foot, duck, and sit. There you go, go back. It works really well. Somebody says, hey, come over here, right? So when I pull him, that's where his energy goes with it. Go, duck it, there you go, right. So that's one of the purpose of the inside wrist holds. But my understanding of them is, let's say, I went to grab my sword, right? I went to grab it, you stop my wrist, right? So from here like this, that's when I want to do it, right? So I want to keep the sword from here. I want to take your hand out, and I could pull the sword out, turn, then from here like this, I can throw, or I can cut him with a knife or a sword. Okay, the whole purpose of the wrist grabs, from my understanding, is what if you are reaching for something, the other person grabs your wrist. Okay, so inside wrist one more time. I grab you, which way are you gonna go? Exactly, direction going first. He steps, duck, sit. So that's spinning wrist throw from inside wrist grab. All right, welcome back. So now we're gonna go over outside wrist. When he grabs my outside wrist, notice my fingertips, my first thing I do is push it out. What that does, it creates that little tiny space for me so I can move from here like this, right? So I go triangle step or a front stance from here. I break the grip by going against the thumb from here like this, join it, bump it, turn and sit. So from outside wrist again, is I'm going, which way am I gonna go? That's right, so I go here first. Okay, but notice my whole idea is I want to stop that. I want to watch that backhand. Nobody's just going to grab you for a sake of grabbing. They're going to grab you because they want to strike you with the other hands, right? So I want to be able to, from here like this, have that option to block. Now I can go bump it and turn around and do it. That's how you do it. So I'm going to grab you. Which way are you going to go? This way. Exactly, good. So you got to make sure you get that first, right? Or if I pull you. So you step, give it to your other hand, duck and twist. There you go. Come back. One more time. So if I pull you, you go with it. Right. Did you see what he did first, which was kind of cool? So when I pulled him, he didn't go body first. He went hand first. Right. There you go. Then you grab it. Then you twist. So that's spinning wrist throw from outside wrist. Welcome back. So now we're going to go over a knife defense using the spinning wrist throw. I want to make sure to remind you that rule number one in any kind of knife attack or defense is run. Nothing in the world is worth it for me to be able to do it. But God forbid, if you need to do it, there are some options, some things you can do. This block particularly, because of the webbing of the hand, is pretty strong. So if he strikes, just go like this, just swing. See, it's pretty strong as far as holding it. Okay, so my hands are up. He steps into a stab. I'm going to step back. The trick is here, just like the gunfighting. You know, when you shoot, I'm sure you guys know, you don't pick up a gun and shoot, because the chances of you doing this and missing is a lot. But if you bring it to your chest and push forward from your chest, you'll be a lot more accurate. That's why they carry the gun here, not necessarily here, because they want to push forward, right? So same idea here. So I want to go inside, then I'm going to push down from here. Now with the knife especially, I want to make sure I break that arm. So I go same motion, but I break it first. If he doesn't drop it, I'll do it again. Okay, then I'm going to finish to a spinning wrist throw, but I want to make sure I keep that knife away from me. Okay, let's have you try it one time. So hands up. Let me try the left side. Okay, so you're going to step back. The webbing of your hand stops it. Don't catch it. Keep your hand open. Put it on top. Stay right there. Just there you go. See, let's stop it first, then grab it. The challenge here is, if you grab higher, if you don't grab my grip, grab it. I'm gonna switch hands, right? So you wanna make sure you grab my grip also when you're doing it. The other challenge is this can happen, you know, when you're doing it, all right? So just be aware of all that, okay? Not the best block against a knife, okay? Go. So you stop it, grab it, which way you gonna go? Right, break it first. So wait, break it here first. No, you bumped it, that's fine. There you go.
Not with this one?
You can, this kind of bumps it so I resist. Then you break it, then you duck under. There you go. So that would be the one for spinning wrist throw. Now, only on spinning wrist throw, you can go the wrong way and get away with it. And the reason why for that is, so from here, so if he steps in, I stop him, and again, my attention is on him. If I happen to go a wrong way, which is the other way, I can go and return the favor and get out of there. But only spinning wrist throw, you can get away with that, okay? So hands up. So you're gonna step right foot back, stop me, don't catch it. Try to stop me first. Grab it, duck this way, then return the favor. Right. Fancy technique. Practicality wise, I don't know. It all depends how good of a knife fighter the other person is. Okay? There's a lot of wastage of motion while you're doing that, and the other guy probably asleep if he lets you go spin all the way around and do all that stuff. Right? It's just a great technique. It's kind of fancy. It's kind of cool to know. So that's defense against an under attack with a knife. Welcome back. So we're gonna go over a condition for a spinning wrist throw is, what if the other person bends their arm? And you're not gonna be able to get a perfect looking spinning wrist throw. So there's a solution for that. So if I wanna go from here like this, I wanna do the spinning wrist throw from here. He bends his arm, I'm gonna slide my hand, I'm gonna do everything the same way and hold on from here like this and take him down. So we call that spinning elbow throw when we're doing it. So grab outside wrist. So if I go like this, I'm trying to take it out, he bends it. So instead of changing my mind, I just grab here and duck under. Okay, have you try this. So from here you're grabbing, I'm pulling you, you want to do a spinning wrist throw, but I go, I'm not going to let you. So you slide your hand, grab right here, duck, there you go, and press, there you go. So you can take me straight down this way. So that's a solution for, just in case you go for a spinning wrist throw and the other person keeps their arm straight when they're doing it, okay? All right, welcome back. So I'm gonna go over the last one, which is against the cross. Again, so from here like this, while the cross is coming, I'm gonna do a high block, but not necessarily a normal high block. I'm gonna strike to the eyes at the same time. See, my hand sort of slides in. So that's a way of interception at the same time. And because he's got his front leg open, I'm gonna shin kick it at the same time. So when he punches again, I'm doing this. Now I'm gonna recoil and step out. Now from here like this, I'm gonna circle this arm, give it to the other hand, and guess where I end up? Turn, duck, and I got a spinning wrist throw when I'm doing it, okay? So I want you to try this. So I do a cross. So you do a high block with this one, shin kick me at the same time, right? Open your, step out. So no, don't grab it. Oh, keep it open. Keep your hand open. Circle, give it to the other hand. Step, throw. Good. The challenge with this one, it's a beautiful, beautiful technique. Practicality-wise, it will not work unless the person sticks their hand out. Which in reality, nobody sticks their hand out, right? They cross you to come. They come right back. So again, practicality-wise, it's okay, but it's a beautiful technique to know and to be able to do. So we're gonna do a shin kick, high block, same time. Good. Don't admire your work. Circle, give it your other hand. And there you go, you spin. Okay? So, come over here one more time. So shin kick, high block. Actually, you punch from here like that. So this, to me, this will be the way, right? So it'll be a lot quicker. So he touches, boom, I hit him from here like this. Now it doesn't matter where his hands are. He could be doing this, like from here like this. Then from here, I spin and do it. Or I might do it to the front hand. But I don't know if I would do a necessarily big static arm move when I'm doing it. But there's a space as far as learning in the technique. Just make sure, like Bruce Lee said, it's like a finger pointing to the moon. Don't get caught in this move, because there's so much you could do with it, like the idea of the finger pointing to the moon, right? So make it more dynamic when it happens for real.